Right, good morning everybody. We've been talking a lot about Easter at home because it's happening soon, and we were going to try and make some hot cross buns, but I know there's a problem for some people getting yeast, so I had a little bit of inspiration last night and I thought let's try and make a hot cross scone. So that's what we're going to try and do today. I've got 3 cups of self-raising flour, half a cup of caster sugar, about 1.5 cups of milk, and I've got some raisins and currants that I've soaked overnight in a little bit of rum or brandy. You can just soak them in tea if you like, just to get them to absorb and be a bit more plump and juicy. And then I've got 75 grams of butter and what's called my hot cross spice mix, which is a collection of spices which we'll give you the recipe for, but it's got cinnamon in, mixed spice, some ground cloves, a bit of nutmeg, so there's quite a few things in there, but hopefully it will give our scones an authentic hot cross bun flavour. But we don't know, we're going to try. So I'm going to add the sugar to the flour, and I think I'll go for just one of those. Have to check what that measure is in a moment because I can't see it. 1.5, looks quite a lot. And I'll mix those around so it's all mixed through. I mean, it's trial and error, so if we think, oh, we could have done with a bit more spice, we can add more next time. And then it's the process of grating the butter in and then rubbing it in by hand. So we will let Alice do one of her special edits for that, and we'll come back to you when I've got it all rubbed in. Right, so we've rubbed the butter in with the sugar and the spices. Same process as for the cheese scones. You want it to look like breadcrumbs. So I don't know if we can give you a little glance of that. And if not, you just got to use your imagination. Okay, so that's our scone base. And now we're going to add the fruit that I told you about that I've soaked. I'm going to put in a whole cup and just see what that looks like after I've pushed it around a bit. We don't want them heavily fruity, you know, just a little bit all the way through. I'll put another bit in. But the fruit's completely absorbed all of the rum that we had last night, because that's what we had in the cupboard. Didn't think gin would work. There we are. And then I'm going to make a well in the centre. And I'm going to add, I'll start off with 1.5 cups of milk and see how we go. There's 1 cup, about half. Might need a little bit more. And we just cut that through. Just going to grab a tea towel just to prove they're not just purely for decoration, because it's easier to get the bowl to rest on a tea towel, it won't slide about. I'm just going to work that flour into the milk. Taking it all in. We're getting there. Just going to put a tiny wee drop more. There we go. Yes. And just before I finish, I did want to put some orange zest in, and I just seen the orange and thought, oh, you forgot that. But I do like some zest in any fruit cake or carrot cake or scones. Just gives it a little bit of a lift. You don't want the white bit in, so just watch what you're doing. And you don't want any skin in either, so you really have to take care. Swish that round. And that's all together now. I'm just going to tip it out onto my bench, a nice clean bench. And I decided, much to Alice's horror, that I'm going to make them with a smaller cutter today. Yeah, that's a medium-sized cutter, because I want to show the cross on the hot cross bun a little bit better. So I got a small roasting tin which I've lined, and I'm going to just pop them in there side by side. Just push them down with my knife. Hopefully we'll get a few more than 7. 9 would be good, because then it'll be a nice shape in the tin. Just a little space between them for them to expand and cook. Really, it's just a little space, quite tightly packed together. There we go. And then when I've got them all in, I'm just going to make the paste, I'll call it, for the cross on the buns, and it's just 1/3 of a cup of flour and 1/3 of a cup of water, and then I'm going to pop in 2 tablespoons of oil just so it flows a little bit better, and I'm also going to pop that into a ziplock bag, because that's what I've got at home, and cut the corner off so we can pipe the crosses on and have a nice professional finish. I mean, of course, if you've got a piping bag at home, use that, but I know that not everybody will have these things, so I just thought, what can we do to adapt? So that was good. I did get 9. So they're laid in the tin like that, and set them aside. And so then all we need to make this is a spoon. We've got 1/3 of a cup of flour, 1/3 of a cup of water, and my little bit of oil there. Whisk that round. Reminds me of when I was little and used to try and make glue, actually. That's where all the flour used to go, Mum, sorry. Just turn the bag down a little bit. I might have to ask for my glamorous assistant to step forward from her place behind the camera. Come on down, Alice, and meet everybody. Here she is, round of applause. Hold that. Oh, she knows where to stand so as not to be in camera as well, so that's quite naughty, isn't it? Maybe she can be a glamorous hand model. Right, you may retreat, thank you. We'll have to go the other way and wash your hands as well, because a camera covered in paste would be good. So then we're going to just snip off the corner of the bag, and you've got your own little piping bag there. Make sure you know where that bit of plastic goes, you don't want it in your hot cross scone. And then just slowly squeeze that. Can you see that, Alice? Pipe it across. So there we are. I'm going to put them in the oven and we'll see what happens. And our hot cross scones do look, oh yeah, they're cooked. So I'm just going to leave them there to rest. But I've got some apricot jam that I had left in here the other day, and I've added quite a bit of hot water to make a syrup. I thought it'd be nice to try and make them shine like a hot cross bun. And you can put butter on them, or a glaze, make a sugar glaze, make them sticky, but nothing as sticky as apricot jam. So we'll try that. And there we have it. Hot cross scones.